Hey guys, I just got back from watching Silent Night, the new Christmas action movie, whatever you want to call it, that just came out yesterday. I'm going to try and put this up on Friday, if not, whatever. So this movie is like a pretty simple or really simple like concept. It's about this just a family man, regular guy. His kid gets killed, murdered, and he's like dead set on getting revenge for his kid. Who can blame him? Because I feel like a lot of people would like be the same way. I know for damn sure if something happened to my kid, I'd probably just do the same exact thing that he did. Like nothing else would matter. Life wouldn't matter. Yeah, so I can kind of relate to that. So the name of this movie is called Silent Night, and it pretty much does just stick to what it is, Silent Night. There's like 2 sentences in this entire movie besides like a police scanner, like actual talking words. There's like 2 sentences in the entire movie. It's extremely like performance driven. But the thing is, like, none of the characters really matter except for 2, maybe 3. Obviously the main character, the one that gets all the screen time, he's super important. His son is dead, but like he comes up a lot in the movie. And then like the wife, she's not there so much, but yeah, she's kind of like the third one that's like, maybe she's important, but let's just go ahead and group her in with important because it is like a family film. So you open up with like the death, and then it quickly, like, some people would say it turns into like a slow burn, but I didn't really feel like that because I felt like even though they weren't talking, they were like really sending a message as to what is going on in the movie. For being only an hour and like 45 minutes long, this movie didn't drag for me like at all. I saw some people, they complained that like the first like 45 minutes of the guy, like, just taking in what happened, actually getting upset enough to where he wants to like take revenge, and him preparing for the revenge and all that stuff. They said like, oh, they could have cut that down, but I didn't feel like that because in my eyes there was a story being told there, of like, he's obviously grieving a bit. He's just kind of shutting everything and everyone out of his life because it's just that hard on him, and I'm sure a lot of parents out there can relate to the same thing. And then he's like, you know what, fuck this, I'm going to go kill them back. And so he starts taking all kinds of like fighting lessons. He goes and starts shooting guns. He starts learning how to drive all crazy and stuff because like that's all his life is now, is just revenge. Like that's his life. Like this isn't a action movie to where you're gonna go and it's gonna be like John Wick, to where it's just like kill, 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 all this like crazy nonstop just action sequences. This is just as much a story-driven movie as it is an action movie. So if what you're wanting to see is just a bunch of explosions and gunfights and all that stuff, this is not your movie. Now that's not to say that it doesn't have its fair share of like awesome killing moments and stuff, and fighting scenes and all that. They have the gunfights and they have the fighting and they got stabbing and all kinds of stuff. They got cars, they're driving in cars, shooting at people and doing all kinds of stuff. It's just, I feel like this movie's a little more than just an action movie thrown together. Someone even like gets their head, like their brain explodes because like they get shot from like up here, and it just like shows their whole head, just, well, not like the entire head, but like where the bullet is, it just goes like up and like blood just goes everywhere. I thought that part was like super cool. So this movie does have plenty of good stuff. So I myself, I have a kid, very young, just like the boy in the movie, and so like I kind of like understood what was happening more. If you don't have kids, you might just not care about like the first half of the movie or why the character is doing what he's doing, because you might just not understand. But if you do, I think that's really going to help the way you watch this movie. I could definitely see that this movie is not for everyone, but for people like me, personally, I absolutely love this movie from start to finish. Sure, there's like little things in there that like you can nitpick, but I feel like you can do that with just any movie. That's mostly what I've been seeing from other people reviewing the movie. Like they just nitpick here and there. Like I don't know if they went in just wanting to see a blood-filled action movie or not, but like they were like, people mostly just complain about that. There's not like a story, but because they didn't see like a bunch of dialogue. But I feel like you don't have to have a bunch of dialogue because, as they say, actions speak louder than words. And this movie had like, I feel like a really, really awesome performance by the main character, the father. And in my opinion, he carried the entire movie. This is his movie, so I'm not too worried about like the mom taking a back seat, or like the gang members not like being a big focal point. This is 100% about the father and what he's doing for his son. If I had to rate this movie, I'd probably give it like a strong like 9.5. This is 100% going to be one of the like top 3, top 5 at worst movies of the year for me. I mean, that's horror movies included, and like I'm like a massive horror movie geek, nerd, whatever. And I'm not too into action movies, but like this movie was just like super awesome. I highly recommend it if you are gonna go see a movie this weekend. You definitely need to go watch this one. But just keep in mind of what I said about it not being like 100% action movie. It's definitely like half and half. It's a 50-50 to where it's like a story-driven movie, an action movie just put together. But if you're still watching, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. We'll be doing more movie reviews and openings and all that stuff. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.